San Francisco, California. It is late afternoon in one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Residents are hurrying home to join the rest of the country in watching the two Bay Area baseball teams battle for a World Series title. But as the world watches America's pastime, it is suddenly thrown a curve it will never forget.
Instantly, you've got this adrenaline to try to save yourself, and instantly you realize there's no place to go. You're just helpless. You think you're fine, you're going along, all of a sudden, the earth beneath your feet is no longer reliable. There's no place to run, no place to hide.
A mighty beast rising from its slumber, an earthquake strikes with no warning. In 6 seconds, the reality that once was no longer exists. Confusion echoes through buckled buildings. Panic runs through cracked streets. Chaos rules.
And then all of a sudden, all the traffic came to a stop. Dead stop, 5 lanes across, half a mile deep. It's a big parking lot, and nobody knows what's happened.
The Bay Bridge is frozen in fear. A well-meaning bus driver reroutes commuters back towards Oakland. Among them is Jim Wheaton.
I remember turning to my passenger and saying, "Watch out for breaks or cracks in the pavement." And as I said that, the little orange car comes from behind me. Just, I don't know if I can say it's like a bat out of hell. Pulls out around me, gets in front, pulls back, and then it starts to accelerate just as I saw the brake. And she just kept right on going, off into space, and disappeared.
A car driven by a 23-year-old student hurls directly into a 50-foot break in the bridge. She dies on impact. Her severely injured brother-in-law is trapped next to her. The car dangles perilously on the sheared-off edge of the bridge. Time is of the essence. At any moment, any one of the aftershocks could shake the car loose and send it plunging into the concrete abyss. Rescuers frantically work to pull the car to safety. Finally, after 20 long minutes, they succeed.
There's nothing in your life that can prepare you for watching a car disappear and then the sound of it at full speed hitting a brick wall. I mean, the earth just opened up in front of you. The thing that you always count on is this big, solid bridge, and all of a sudden it's just air beneath you all the way down to the bay.
Since the beginning of time, the Earth has been in a constant state of change. Whole continents have moved thousands of miles. It's through this shifting that these ravenous events occur.
We're having an earthquake. I've just taken a hit.
We've been hit with a major earthquake, trying to figure out where this has been centered.
We have, 100 or so faults that we know about just in the Los Angeles area that are capable of magnitude 6s. If we look at the Northridge earthquake here in California, it wasn't that big an earthquake, but it released that energy right under the San Fernando Valley. And we had 500,000 people living directly on top of that earthquake.
The 6.7 quake kills 63 people, leaving the megacity in a state of shock. One year later to the day, halfway across the world, a 6.9 quake rips open the earth beneath Colby's 1.5 million unsuspecting residents. The quake mangles the city into submission. cutting off vital services to nearly 1 million households. The nation best prepared to handle earthquakes learns that no one is safe from the wrath of these massive beasts.
The old city of Kobe was built with very narrow streets, and the fires that broke out after the earthquake just couldn't be extinguished because fire engines couldn't get along those narrow streets.
Thousands of people can do nothing but watch as their lives go up in flames.
Kobe was a lesson for the world and for the Japanese because the Japanese felt that they had better earthquake resistance than in fact they had.
Even the great Hanshin superhighway, the pride of Kobe, falls on its side, reminding us that even our grandest designs are no match for the power of the shifting earth.
Earthquakes can occur almost anywhere in the world, but the places that are most prepared are the places that have them all the time, as gentle reminders that these things can happen.
Even though Mexico City is no stranger to earthquakes, nothing could have prepared it for a 7.9 tremor. The equivalent of 50 atomic bombs erupted beneath the city. 9,500 people died.
Mexico City is built on an old lake bed, the worst possible soil conditions.
In less than 4 terrifying seconds, the powerful blast collapsed hundreds of buildings and left 50,000 people homeless. The citizens struggled day and night searching for any signs of life.
Earthquakes don't in themselves kill people. Buildings kill people.
Of the 100 super cities or so that exist around the world, approximately 40% of them are on areas where we know we've had an earthquake. They are not prepared. They don't have the earthquake preparedness in structures and public awareness.
And they will have, at some point, a much larger earthquake than we probably will ever have here in Los Angeles.
Even New York can fall prey to the beast beneath our feet.
I mean, we see buildings falling down in New York City without earthquakes. You know, it wouldn't take magnitude 5 under that city, and we're going to see a lot of damage.
Although the city is built over a small fault, we have foolishly dismissed the possibility of a quake under America's mightiest metropolis. We must remember what the past has taught us, that it is when we least expect it that the world comes crashing down around us.
Next, a flood of biblical proportions destroys parts of eastern Canada. The horrific choices made by victims of a raging inferno. And some of the worst air catastrophes ever caught on film. When Disaster Strike returns.